What's going on there, YouTube, and welcome back to another comic book video. This is the channel where we sit down and cover different comic book stories from different comic book companies. Today, we are going to jump back over to Marvel Comics and continue our coverage over Jonathan Hickman's Avengers and New Avengers run. And we are going to pick up with New Avengers number 7. Now, this right here is kind of an update on what the New Avengers, the Illuminati, has been going through over the last couple of days since the last incursion. But on top of that, this is a prelude to a war to come down the road between two nations in Marvel Comics, and also between two members on the Illuminati. So with that being said, I do hope you enjoy today's comic book video. And if you do, please hit the like button down below and subscribe. But here we go. To begin today's video, we pick up with Iron Man talking to Reed Richards about the incursions. Because apparently since the last incursion and since our last New Avengers video, it has been 28 days since the last incursions, which means that the Avengers have not seen an incursion in 28 days. But with that being said, of course, it does make Reed and Tony Stark both worried what could be happening down the road for their universe. Now, you do have Reed kind of give an update on different characters who are part of the Illuminati, starting with Beast. Now, Beast only joined the Illuminati when Charles Xavier died, and of course, Charles Xavier chose Beast to take his spot in the Illuminati. But either way though, Beast had apparently gone through another mutation where his body has grown, but his mind is still as sharp as ever. But either way, Beast have been talking to the Black Swan for the last couple days. Now remember, the Black Swan came from a different universe, and she was the one that has been teaching the the Illuminati about the incursions when each one happens. But either way though, Beast and her have been kind of building a bond with one another. But then we jump into Doctor Strange. Now remember, in one of our earlier videos when it came to the New Avengers, Doctor Strange had picked up the Blood Bible, and that kind of scared Wong when Wong saw Doctor Strange pick up that book. But of course, when Reed had went to go check up on Doctor Strange, Wong said Doctor Strange is unable to talk. And the reason why, because he is trying to use those different spells as a way to power him up to get him ready for the future incursions that could happen down the road for the Illuminati. Now, the last update, of course, would be Black Panther and Namor. Now, remember, when it comes to these two characters, they have a history of hating each other, because back in Avengers versus X-Men, when Namor had the power of the Phoenix, he flooded Wakanda, which was very huge. But of course, Black Panther is only working with Namor on the Illuminati as a way to figure out how to stop the incursions. But you do have Reed tell Tony Stark that over the last couple days, there have been small events here and there between Wakanda and Atlantis, which could lead to a full-out war between the two sides. And of course, that concerns Reed and Tony both, because Black Panther and Namor could fight in that war against each other, and they need all hands on deck to stop the incursions from happening down the road. Now, this leads into a conversation between Black Panther and Namor, and this is why I say Jonathan Hickman is an amazing writer, especially when it comes to Namor, because you have Namor walk up to Black Panther asking for peace, and you would think that this is Namor actually asking for peace because he believes Wakanda could easily win the war between the two nations. But in reality, it's Namor giving Black Panther the chance to escape the war, because to Namor, Wakanda would easily lose to Atlantis. Atlantis would wipe out Wakanda in a brief second, and this is what Namor is thinking. And so you have Namor offering this peace treaty as a way to keep keep these two guys working together. Now, at this point in Marvel Comics, T'Challa is not in charge of Wakanda. It is Shuri. She's the one in charge of Wakanda. And so you have Namor actually asking T'Challa to take this peace offer over to his sister, but you didn't have T'Challa say no. You should basically send this peace offer to my sister, because then she'll actually sit down and think about it, and she'll call the council. And when she does that, that is when I can actually talk to her, and hopefully we can end the war with a nice, lovely peace treaty. And so you do have Namor leave, but it's Namor saying, you better take my offer, because if you don't, Wakanda will be wiped out by Atlantis. Now, we actually do jump over to Latveria, the home country of Doctor Doom, and we do go into Castle Doom, where we see Reed Richards, Doctor Strange, and Doctor Doom having a dinner with one another. Now, the reason why Doctor Doom had asked these guys here is because what happened in our last New Avengers video. And the reason why, because in our last New Avengers video, there was another incursion. Now, it was a different kind of incursion, but it happened right in Latveria, again, the home country of Doctor Doom. And so with that happening right there, Doctor Doom learned about another Earth was about to crash into their Earth. On top of that, he watched the Illuminati appear, take care of that other Earth, then disappeared. And so for Doctor Doom, he wants to know what in the world is going on, because he has hard proof that there was another Earth about to crash into the main Marvel Universe Earth. He has some of the dead bodies from that Earth kept in his castle right now, and other pieces of that Earth also kept in his castle as well. And so he's really trying to make Reed go ahead and tell him what in the world is going on. But of course, you do have Reed and Doctor Strange tell Doctor Doom nothing, because they know if they tell him just a small piece of anything, it could lead to more problems down the road with Doctor Doom. And so you have Reed and Doctor Strange leave with not telling Doctor Doom one single thing at all. Now, we actually do jump over to the Attilan, of course, the home of the Inhumans. Now, with us going here, the reason why, because Black Bolt is also part of the Illuminati. But of course, we have not gotten an update on what in the world is going on with him. And this is the moment where we actually learn that right now, Black Bolt has been keeping secrets from his wife and the rest of the Inhumans. And in that secret, he's also building a new device, a new weapon that could possibly help the Illuminati with the incursions. But with him building this weapon, he's also building it with one of his worst enemies, matter of fact, his own evil brother, Maximus. And so whatever this weapon is, he is trying to make this weapon as a way to help them possibly deal with the incursions, or to possibly help the Inhumans down the road. But again, we have no idea yet. And we actually get into another conversation between Black Panther and Reed Richards. Now, the reason why, because this is Black Panther coming to Reed, hoping that Reed can actually help Black Panther make the right decision, which is, should Black Panther and Wakanda actually go through with this peace treaty with Namor and Atlantis? Because remember, when it comes to Black Panther and Namor, there's a lot of bad blood between these two characters. And Black Panther promised himself, Wakanda, and his ancestors that he will kill Namor for what Namor did to Wakanda back in Avengers versus X-Men. But for right now, he is not doing that, because Namor and him are part of the Illuminati, and they're working together to actually stop the incursions. But you do have Reed kind of tell Black Panther, you should take the peace treaty, take the peace offer, so that your two nations will not go into war. But on top of that, you two can still work with us to find a way to stop the incursions. Now, at the end of their conversation, we actually see that Reed has been building a lot of bombs just in case for future incursions down the road. The problem is Reed has no idea if he has built enough bombs for all the incursions to come down the road, because when it comes to the multiverse, there is an infinite number of worlds out there. And so Reed is still scared that he has not built enough bombs to help them stop the incursions. But we are actually going to wind down this story right here, because this was just a one-shot story as a way to give us update on what is going on with each character in the Marvel universe that is part of the Illuminati. But either way, we actually do jump over to Wakanda, where of course we do pick up with Shuri, T'Challa, and their council right now talking about what they should do when it comes to Wakanda fighting against Atlantis. Now remember, earlier T'Challa did tell Namor to send that peace offer over to Shuri, which she did receive, but right now she's asking her council, what should she do? What should Wakanda do? Now of course, most members on this board, they're telling her, go to war. This man wiped out a huge chunk of Wakanda, and right now more people have died over the last couple of days with small things happening between Wakanda and Atlantis. We need to finally wipe out Atlantis and also kill Namor. Now, again, this is all of her council members. You do have T'Challa kind of butt in and say, maybe we should not. Maybe we should actually think about this more and try to fix our country first before we dive into a full-out war between Atlantis and Wakanda. It is him trying to actually trick his sister to take the peace offer, because him and Namor are working together as a way to save the earth. But of course, Shuri only listened to her counsel because, again, Wakanda has lost so much over the last couple years. And so the last page, we see Shuri say, Wakanda is going to war with Atlantis, and the book ends right there. And this is where we are going to end today's video. So if you enjoyed today's video, please leave me a like down below, and also subscribe to my channel for more content to come in the near future. Also, if you have any suggestions on books I should read, well, please let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But I do hope you enjoy today's comic book video.